Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Hiker Dave here, NE. I wanted to bring up this epiphany I had. Um, I was watching Cascade Bigfoot. He's got an awesome channel. You guys got to check it out if you haven't already. You probably already know about it. It's Cascade Bigfoot, and he had commented on one of my videos and had mentioned Bigfoot in relation to waterways, streams, brooks, ponds, lakes, um, and how common it is to find prints or sightings near bodies of water. And when I read that, a light bulb went on in my head. I cannot believe I didn't put that together or think of that. And I feel like I kind of knew it in my head, but I wasn't using that as a research tool. And he brought that to my attention, and I want to thank him. Thank you very much, Mr. Cascade Bigfoot, because I started to do some thinking, which is always dangerous. So I started to think, well, I have found prints in this particular park where I'm at now. One, two, three, four, I think six prints I have found here. And in the fog of finding all of these, finding a print, just in general, is to me makes my day. And I know that there's guys out there, and you're gonna laugh, that find them all the time, and it's not a big deal to you guys. To me, it's a huge deal because I'm new to this. I've only been really doing this for a year, and I've only had my channel for a couple months. And finding a print, I've only found two prints when looking for a print, and two of them were here. One in the snow and one in the dirt, which is a crazy print. I don't even think it looks like a Bigfoot. It looks like something totally different. Someone had commented on that video. It was a slideshow I had, and the guy goes, "That's not Bigfoot. That's a Dogman print." I don't know, man. It looks like a monster print. It almost looks like it has four toes or claws on it or something. I don't know. That's the only time that I ever found prints when looking for them. So I went back kind of in my cataloged brain of where I found these prints. Well, wouldn't you know it? Every single print I have found, even though it's a handful, have been by water. If not right next to it, very close to it. Then I went up to New Hampshire recently, and I made a short video on the prints I found there. One of them was so fresh, it was filling up with what? Maybe I exaggerate. It wasn't literally filling up with water when I was standing there, but it looks really fresh with water inside the print. It was right next to a stream. And I started thinking, I'm like, why? That makes so much sense that I didn't think of it before. It frustrates me. I'm like so overwhelmed with the information and the things I'm seeing and learning that I'm still have yet to step back and try to put stuff together and see commonalities between sightings and sapling breaks and sticklings, and starting to put together a map, kind of, And I kind of drew this up, guys. Right? Please forgive me. It's very rudimentary, but whatever. I'm just trying to get my point across about this. So this is where I have found all my prints in Massachusetts, is at Massasoit State Park. You come in from the road. I park here, and there's a road that runs right through the park, gated on both ends. Well, all of these here are sapling breaks, all next to the road, all facing southeast. Now, when we get storms here in Massachusetts or New England, big storms, they call them nor'easters. They come across the country, east, northeast, and they hit us in a northeast direction. 75% of the sapling breaks that I found in this park face southeast. Some face a lot of down trees that have been felled recently from the storms. Almost consistently, all of them face northeast, which makes sense. I would expect to see that northeast. That's where the wind, the snow load, and breaks these trees and in that direction. So that's crazy. That's right next to a road. Here's all sapling breaks all the way up the road. So we got water, 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 and then we got like a sandy beach here. Well, I found prints up here, and that confused me because I hike in to the woods, and I'll hike all through here, cross the road, go way up, and it'll take me an hour and a half to get up here. And there's structures up here. There's structures I found over here by water, prints right by the water, more prints up here. And I said, well, if that takes me an hour and a half to hike in there, that's not necessarily right next to a road, until I realized there's a main road that runs on the back of the park. So yeah, that's right by the road and right by a body of water. So I kind of was putting together the road part and how extremely close Bigfoot are. I think for observation reasons that they're that close to us, that they're right near roads. Right, I mean, check your backyard, guys. I mean, if you live in a wooded area, take a look. Walk 20 feet into your woods behind your house. You know, I had made a video about that. It's called They're Close. That's kind of what I explained. Another one about, it was a challenge to go see for yourself challenge video that I had. That was, tells about if you process wood out in your backyard and you chop wood out there and you have, a lot of woods in your backyard. And you've never looked and said, well, Bigfoot can't be there because, I live on a cul-de-sac, or I live in a rural neighborhood where, it's not going to be that close to homes. On the contrary, Montfrere, check your backyard. Go in there and just look for stuff. Look for something out of the ordinary that nature couldn't be responsible for. But anyways, so I'm noticing everything I find so far, not everything, but the footsteps, tracks and prints have all been close to a road or waterway. In this case, in this park, both. They're all near water, all close to a parking lot or a trailhead, or in this case, an access road that runs through this park. And thank you again, Mr. Cascade Bigfoot, for kind of giving me a little smack and saying, wake up, kid. Water is where you're going to find them. And I thought, well, I've only intentionally gone out hiking to find a print twice. And it's a weird, it's a lot of, if I can take some of the guesswork out of it and say, well, if I want to find a print and look and intentionally want to find a print, go to a waterway, go where there's water, and, a stream, a brook, pond, lake, and then start looking around. I at first would randomly just walk into the woods and I'm just looking on the ground. Half the time in the forest, guys, if anybody hikes and and you're out there and you're researching, the ground oftentimes, if you're not leaving a print at all, a track, chances are you're not going to stumble across a Bigfoot print. But I found them, it's after a rain, in the snow, and in the sand. That crazy monster track I found in the sand. You know what I mean? It's hard to be in the woods with leaves and sticks and hard ground to leave a print. Couple that I did find were deep, really deep, and I couldn't make the print myself. And it looked to me like it was jumping or leaping or was leaving in a hurry. That was the prints where I found they were going in separate directions. So I just wanted to let you guys know the light bulb, light dawned on Marblehead thanks to Cascade Bigfoot for bringing that to my attention. I actually used some of his videos and his content to help him aid in my own research because I think what he's doing is awesome. And I just wanted to kind of tell you guys, if this is something you're just getting into, you can save yourself some time. You don't need to hike 7-10 miles into the forest or up a mountain. You just don't have to. That's what I have learned over a year of researching. They're much closer than you could ever imagine, guys. They're right there. Thank you very much for clicking. I do appreciate it. And thank you for all my awesome subscribers. It's blowing my mind. I have like 125. I know that's nothing to anybody else, but never imagine that in a million years for my channel. And I'll definitely see you guys on the next one.